Hello YouTubies, this is King Scribe and thanks for watching one of my videos. Okay, so I've been looking around on the internet recently and came across the fact that Paul Walker sadly passed away. He was a pretty good actor actually. I enjoyed watching the Fast and Furious videos. This is not what this video is going to be about, but you know, I'll just give my condolences to his family, etc. However, you know, I've been watching some of the other videos surrounding this case, and we've got these dogs filming in a car as these people are burning. Now I'm not saying that they could have gone out and ran across and gone, oh well, we're going to be a superhero today, we're going to pull them out of the car, you know, they're going to have no skin left because, you know, of course this fires let you rip them apart, but you know, well, we're just going to record it and you know, drive back and forth like reverse forward. I can't fathom the sort of drugs some of these people must be taking to actually record 3 people being roasted alive in a car. Now, they would have been alive at some point, okay? Even if they more or less died at impact, they're still alive until the brain's dead, etc. So they were roasting in the car for at least 30 seconds. I mean, I'm not sure how long it takes in the fire, but it's not particularly nice. And I did actually see it, and you can see it in this video. It's not really that nice. Now I noticed the fire seemed to start at the back of the car. I'm not sure what actually happened, but the eyewitness account said that the car wasn't really going fast enough to actually cause such a fire. So whatever went wrong in the car, it must have been some mechanical problems as well that arose from crashing into a tree. So I have my suspicions. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I have my suspicions that something or someone were tampered with that car before these people were in it. Because it seems like the car lost control, crashed into a tree and exploded into flames, which is, I don't know many cars that do that nowadays. And since Paul Walker was involved in a number of charity events, he's a good guy. I'm not saying he's, I mean, you know, I might be wearing a hat, but I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm talking about the Wallies who were, you know, looking around, filming people grieving, etc. It just seems very odd. Now, there are people on the internet, you know, they're saying that, you know, these people filming, they could have got out of the car, run across and pulled the people out of the car, but these people were toast already. There's no chance of that. But what goes on in your minds to actually think that it's okay to film someone, 3 people, losing their lives in such a drastic way? I don't understand. It seems, to a normal person, that seems really, really odd behaviour. It just seems like you guys wanted to stick that up on YouTube as fast as possible. Which, yeah. I'm even curious whether I should actually use part of the footage of the car burning, you know, but I just wanted to show people exactly what was being filmed. The other thing that was being filmed was people grieving. So people were going to the, you know, the stars, etc., who have met Paul once or twice, going, putting on some tears, and you know, they saw where he died, etc. And it's a drastic event. But why were so many people filming these stars visiting those places? Obviously, some of them might have been grieving. I don't know how these people work, but I'm maybe starting a conspiracy here. But how the back does a car like that burst into flames after crashing into a bloody tree? I've never heard anything like that before. It's like a movie or something. Is it possible that somebody tampered with the car originally? Is it? I mean, I'm just saying. The people who are the forensic scientists, etc., going on that case should really look at that car in depth, because there's something a little bit dodgy there. I mean, it was supposed to be high speed. Even high speed, he lost the control of the car, crashed into a tree. The tree was still standing, right? So a car at very high speed crashes into a tree that isn't really big, and the tree is still standing and the car burst into flames. Can anybody see a problem with this but me? I mean, obviously some people have already mentioned it on YouTube and various other places. I'm in the comment section. I agree. I think there's something really odd about that. Cars don't just burst into flame after hitting a tree unless there's other faults on the car. Is it possible that that car was tampered with previously? But how would they know that Paul Walker would have got in the car? These are the things that I'm thinking of, you know. I just think the whole case is very odd. I think the people filming are very odd. I think the people who are recording the guys being grieving, etc., are odd. And I think the circumstances involved in the crash are really odd. I'm not really sure what to say in this, because no matter what I say, it's going to be taken the wrong way by many people anyway. You know, if I say, you know, it's hard that something like this should happen to his family, people are saying, oh, you're wearing your hat in a video. If I say about conspiracy theories, people say, oh, you're so insensitive. No, I just want to say what I think. I think the whole thing is really, really odd. He was involved in some very upper class charities, and I've seen people involved in these sort of things. You're thinking of Princess Diana, etc., and they get taken out because they become too engrossed with it. They actually help out in places where they're not supposed to be helping out, and that's the sort of world we live in, where the political system is so corrupt and so psychopathic that these people tend to be sacrificed so that people do not care, that people do not think about other people, and they go about, you know, living their lives in selfish ways. Now, everybody would say, you know, when somebody dies, you know, they automatically become a saint. But this guy was actually helping. He was actually going out to places. I've seen it in certain tabloids before, and you know, can't believe everything you see in a tabloid, but I've seen it before. I've seen that sort of thing. And he was obviously a decent person. He liked his cars, of course, and it does look like, you know, 30 minutes before that happened, he went into a car, and that was being filmed, and there were several fast cars in front. So were they racing at all? And you know, the racing, why is there 3 people in the car? And I've also heard other stories of an 8-year-old trying to pull out the people in the car. Now, I did actually see in the clip that there was somebody surrounding the car trying to look in and pull the door, but couldn't get in. You know why those wacko weirdos were reversing and going back and forth around the 20-second mark of that video? You can see somebody surrounding the car trying to get the people out, but obviously you couldn't. And that was supposed to be an 8-year-old. So these people were filming while an 8-year-old is watching one of his relatives roasting alive. I mean, there's obviously no chance of getting the people out, but you know, a bit of empathy would have been wouldn't go amiss in those circumstances if that is true. I don't know what to say about this anymore. I think the world is so upside down half the time that I can't really make it into a sensible place. I wear wacky hats nowadays because that's how I feel. I feel like you know, if I'm seeing things like this, I might as well declare myself to be king of the universe, and everything should be okay for me. But yeah, Paul Walker, I have a feeling that how does a car burst into flame? It hits a tree, right? You're supposed to be high speeding. The tree is not that big, right? It's not like a 6-foot thick tree. It's like a fucking stick, and he hits it a little bit, and obviously it would cause some damage because it might be a foot wide. But in normal circumstances, that tree would have snapped in half, but doesn't. Yet the car burst into flames. Does anybody else see a problem with that? I mean, let's be honest. Do you see a problem with a car bursting into flames, hitting a tree, looking like a complete wreck, and then killing the 3 people inside? And there might have been a 4th person who managed to get out. Can anybody see a problem with that? because I'm thinking that that's a little bit suspicious. Even somebody of yeah, I mean, people might spot some flaws in my argument here, but look at the fucking tree. Can you see anything with that tree that's been damaged? It's been hit by a fast car, which they're saying is travelling over 100 miles per hour. It would have snapped that like a twig. You know, people's own body parts can snap pieces of wood like that if they hit it hard enough. Well, they can try, they'll go break their hand. But, you know, they can snap things like that. A car can easily break it in half. It would cause some damage, of course. But there was no damage to the tree, hardly. It was slightly damaged because it's been hit by a car. But it was still standing. Anything that's going very fast would have snapped that in half. I mean, just think about it. So is it possible, is it completely out of the question that that car was tampered with somehow? Maybe they tried to, you know, tamper with the fluid. Maybe they were speeding in the car for a race of some type, and people decided, you know, not in a way of trying to kill the person, people in the car, but to actually compete, to try to tamper with it so the car wouldn't work properly, but unfortunately it blew up instead. Is that possible? Is it completely out of the question and that could actually happen? Because I'm starting to think it is. You know, I'm starting to think that is actually what happened. So guys, you know, leave a comment down below. I'm sure I'm going to get some hate for this, but I have to ask it because I don't really see any damage to the tree. I'm just saying. Anyway, thank you for watching. I think I'll keep the you know, the car out of this video. I'm not putting a, you know, a video footage of 3 people burning in the car. Alright, thank you, see you later.